What is happening, people? United Central here, back with another video. Podcast 73, guys. And this podcast is sponsored back by the football app. The One Football app. We're back in business, guys. Thanks for the guys for One Football app for sponsoring the channel. Link will be in the description below for all your latest news, all the latest, Man United, the Premier League is back. So you'll be seeing all the exclusive news, team news, Will Pogba start, Dele Alli suspended. So you can see all your news, guys. So please go check it out. Download the app. The link will be in the description, guys. But guys, let's get straight into the Straightjacket podcast. The Premier League is back, boys. Come on. Round of applause, eh? Let's do it, man.
Madness.
You know what I mean?
Nudin's not happening.
Nudin's not happening.
Madness. Yo, I'm going to watch it on American TV, and I want to watch it on American TV so that I can literally hear the fans being pumped in, the noise of the fans, man. It's hard for me.
I'm telling you.
It's hard for me, man. You don't understand how fans noise the atmosphere, man. It's hard to watch football in silence, man. It sounds like silence to me, man.
Yeah, man.
I can't.
But it's getting better. It's getting better in terms of how they're introducing the sound noise. I mean, I looked at yesterday. I was watching Celta Vigo versus what was the team again? I think it was a team Villarreal, and it was I could hear the last minute winner. I could hear the noise from the back room, but it's still crazy. But then again, fans are still coming in the stadium. You see Lionel Messi yesterday. You got some fan came in and went to go straight at it. So I don't know where the fans are coming from. You know what I mean? There'll be one fan where they find out where it is. But let's see how we're all doing, guys. Aaron, how are you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great.
Yo, we see the beard, rude boy.
Oh,
Papoose in the house.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm good. I'm happy that football's coming back. We're starting off against Tottenham on Friday, so I'm looking forward to that.
Well, that's
First things first, before we go on and say anything, you might be aware of it as well, guys. Today marks the 3-year anniversary of the Grenfell incident. Still no justice for all the victims. The media, the mainstream media, tried to cover up all of the deaths. Tried to make it seem like there was less people that died during the fire than there actually were. There was a lot more deaths. They tried to cover up the whole story. And the first thing that comes to my mind is that a poignant interview with the young lady who was helping, and her friends were helping, and she was saying that why are we doing all these packages? Who are we sending these packages to? Because Oxfam and all these organizations are not helping. The Red Cross, they're not helping at the moment. So why are we doing up all these packages when, there's nobody actually, major organization helping us? So salute to everyone from Grenfell, and, again, my condolences to everyone who lost any relative or friend or family member in Grenfell. So, and shout out to the Grenfell football team as well, because that's how they start their football team. So shout out to them.
Shout out to them. I respect to you, and rest in peace to all the lives that sadly lost. Nordin, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good, like in that sense, but it's just more poignant, innit? Like cladding, fire, government cover-up, no justice. You know what I mean? There ain't going to be no peace, man, unless there's justice for Grenfell and justice of all other victims of state murder, man. Let's get it right. State murder. That's what that is. You know what I mean? State-sponsored murder, local government murder, man. People that didn't want them there, innit? They didn't want them there. They didn't want that building to be there. So you then run it into the ground and then people die. Like days like today, I'm reminded of the people, like how much they were complaining to the council, how much they were writing letters saying the building's not safe, and then look what happens, man. Boom. You know what I mean? Those people didn't have to die. They did not have to die, man. So it's a sad day, but then it's also a good day in terms that it refreshes the memory, all it is about Black Lives Matter, because there were a lot of black people that were lost in that fire, man. Do you know what I mean? The black effing minority, white.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Black people, do you know what I mean? So this is the idea, and it's 3 years and still no justice, man. The only people that are getting blamed are the fire brigade, you know what I mean? They might have made some mistakes, the fire brigade, but they were there saving lives, man.
Exactly. That's a brilliant point to make. And they almost was in a position where they couldn't really do anything because it was that bad, you know what I mean, to start off with. But
yeah, man.
Just want to touch on that bit, and very, very glad that you reminded me, because that is a very, very sad moment, and we all, rest in peace to all the victims that have sadly died and affected as well. But
and still,
Aaron,
the family's still not homed as well. No proper home.
No.
All of the things that the government promised to do, none of that. It's like the cameras have moved on, the media's moved on. Like I said, the media tried to bury it. You know what I mean? Buried it. You know what I mean? So yeah, madness.
But guys, on a lighter note, football is back, Aaron. We're back again, like Troop says, we're back again with football. Man United are back. How happy are you to see Man United back? Forget everyone else. I don't care about everyone else. Even though I want to see Arsenal get bantered by City, even though I want to see Chelsea fall over, I just want to see Man United back. And how happy are you? Man United are back playing football. The team we love.
It feels like a new season is starting. I don't know why. I don't know about you guys, but it feels like a new season is starting. I'm so excited to see United play again. It's just gonna bring a smile back on a lot of people's faces. You know what I mean? We've been, as much as we've got the criticism and whatnot. We've missed the team. We've missed the players. We've missed. Bro, I even miss Ollie. You know what I'm saying?
Chill out. Aaron.
Yo,
Aaron, relax. I know the pandemic's been long, yeah, but just relax. I haven't missed only 1 bit, mate. Them press conferences, yeah. That's the absolute dead tactics. Yo. I ain't missed none of that, you get me? I've been chilling in the sun, you get me? Wild statement, Aaron, wild statement.
I even missed Ollie, fam. Do you know what I mean?
Yo, speak your truth, man. Zaid, be quiet, man. Let the man speak.
Man.
I'm man.
I'm going to get you into oppression.
I can't wait to see the players back on the pitch. And the good thing about this as well is that everybody is fit. So, we honestly, we should be going for that top 4 1,000,000%. And we should go for it. And I believe we can do it because until last week, I didn't even actually realize it. Our schedule is actually all right, We don't have to play any big team. Because after Tottenham, we don't have to play any big team no more from the top 6. Do you know what I mean? Well, let's say top 6 team. Or do you know what I mean? Yeah, Leicester last match day, sorry, yeah. Apart from them and Tottenham, we've got pretty easy fixtures, let's say. So it's in our advantage, do you know what I mean? If we don't make top 4, I think we'll only have ourselves to blame. But listen, I'm buzzing for the Premier League to come back, bro. I cannot wait. Right now, yeah, it's 3 days away. But 3 days away, Wednesday seems far. Trust me, mate. I just want to be Wednesday.
Lauren, you wanted the season to be voided. You know what I mean? You didn't want that season to come back.
No, you know what? I looked at it. To me, I was looking at the deaths, man. I was looking at the deaths in comparison to what the deaths is. But I think, definitely. I think, and you know what? And it's really interesting. During the lockdown, you were like, lock the season off. I was like, no.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I did
and then when it was getting closer, because I was like, yo, the Premier League haven't planned this properly, and they're still. And so we're talking about Man United coming back. Now there's going to be a bit of a question mark against this because Tottenham played Norwich in a friendly game. Norwich player tested positive. And Tottenham then could go, yo, I don't know about that. If a Tottenham player gets tested and he tests positive and a couple of players get tested, you know what Jose is going to say, innit? We all know, man. That man need an excuse to pull the game, you know what I mean? To pull the game and put Man United on a you know what I mean? Rescheduled for another week. So, like I said, it's because of the plans. I didn't know. When I started doubting the return of the Premier League, it's when I seen the letter sent by all of the club doctors to the Premier League.
Yeah, of course.
But still, a lot of them were not answered. I think the only thing that's been answered now is the fact that, we can test. We'll know who's got it or who's got it. And obviously, the rates of the rates of the virus is coming down. The rates of the deaths are coming down. And we need football to be back. Of course, I'm excited in that. But that was the reason why. Because I was looking at club doctors and what they were asking and the Premier League not understanding. And I thought actually it would have been better if the players were all locked down together in a tournament kind of mentality, like when the World Cup happens, Euros,
like a hotel kind of thing.
Yeah, and then they all locked down in the big hotel. Yeah. And then they all going for a walk together. They're not seeing anybody else. That's how you contain the virus. You contain the virus in terms of players not gonna go with who. Check this gal, check that next gal. Go and see different places.
Hudson-Odoi.
You know what I mean? Like all of those things, man. That's
shout out Hudson-Odoi as well.
Yeah, shout out Hudson-Odoi, man. Yeah.
He's innocent.
Innocent, yeah, man. That was a little joke, but yeah. Innocent.
That's what I'm saying. So it could mean those things. So now I think what I said, and I said it on the Straightjacket podcast. I said, what happens if the players go and get it, and then the teams do? And obviously, Norwich Norwich are bottom of the league. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
They might be like, yo. So it's gonna be mad, but of course I'm excited. There's been a lot of things in my mind lately the past couple of weeks, as well as you guys know.
Mental health, good for mental health as well, man.
You know what? That's the good thing about it. But like I said, I'm excited to be back. But in terms of, for me, it's like, well, what are you going to do about it? Are these players being told, right, train, go home, stay contained? You know what I mean? If you got a couple of friends, let them get tested. You got the money, test them, and just chill with your friends in your big houses. You know what I mean? You don't need to go and see Rachel. You don't need to go and see Lindsay. You know what I mean? Move Lindsay in, mate. Move Rachel in. All the side people in, so the rate of infection, you know what I mean, that nobody gets the virus, you know what I mean. So that's what needs to be done, because how can you control the players now when they're going home, you know what I mean, after training? They're going to go and do madness. So and the virus can come back as well. So it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. But of course I'm excited to see the new formations, like he says. Like, it's not just me who missed, you know, Ollie coming out with his 1-2 comedy sketches, you know what I mean? Aaron's missed it, you know what I mean? It's not just me. So we'll see.
Is your screen frozen, by the way, guys? I don't know if you can see.
No, it's just you, mate. It's just you.
It's just you, bro.
It's just you.
It's just me. That's frozen.
That's just you frozen.
All right, we'll carry on anyway until it comes back. But Aaron, you know what I mean? This player that's been that's had his what's it called, the COVID test. Do you reckon that will affect Man United in any shape or form?
Do I think the COVID will affect us?
Yeah, like in terms of the player now. Do you think it will be a kind of a distraction now, because the players now, you know what I mean, now in kind of is positive, tested for positive. You know what I mean? Will the Premier League say, you know what, let's just sort this out now and just cancel the game? Or do you think it will still happen?
I think it's still going to happen. They're going to carry on because they've already initiated this project. They've already made the publicity. They've made, you know what I mean? The money is already. They can smell the money coming in already. So I don't think they'll go into like a last minute thing and say, nah, you know what, we're going to cut the team. I think they'll carry it on. And but yeah, I don't think it's gonna affect us, to be honest. I don't think it's gonna affect us. I think if anything, it's gonna make us stronger, because like I said, everyone's back fit. We're 100%. The depth in squad, well, we don't really have a depth in squad, but I mean, we've got more options now. And yeah, man, I think it's gonna have some kind of positive outcome when it comes to us. We're going to be able to rotate a lot more. And I think, even though I was against it, the 5 substitutions thing is actually going to help us, because we can actually, do you know how much more of a difference it makes to be able to make 5 subs? It's going to help us a lot, man. So if anything, I think it's going to have a positive effect on us, man. I don't think it's going to be something negative.
Yeah, we're just going to pause this. Aaron, could you just close the call and then I'll start again? Sorry, guys. My screen's frozen. No, what's happening, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, the technical difficulties there, you know what I mean? This is what happens in a Dudley. I always tell you it's mad in a Dudley, you get me? But sorry, Aaron, I'm just picking up on the last one about the COVID. Will it affect us or whatnot in terms of, if the Premier League do kind of like make a start to say, you know what, we're being strict on this. If someone's tested positive, we're cancelling the game.
I don't think they'll cancel it, because they've already initiated the campaigns. They've already initiated everything. They've done the advertisement, like, everyone's already buzzing, and imagine the last day they come out and say, listen, it's cancelled. I think people will go mad. So I think they'll still go ahead and do it. I think it's still going to happen. And anyone that catches it, they'll just, sideline it, the person, and, have them go into isolation and stuff.
Yeah, you're still confident that United will still play, though? Are you still confident, Noureddin?
Yeah, I think United will play because they will test the Tottenham players. But I'm just saying to you, looking ahead, this is what the kind of madness is going to go on, because the plan originally, what was mooted, the Premier League wanted to do, is to have that tournament style kind of thing where the players go in the hotel and the players are all, and the squad is all together. Do you know what I mean? But where players are going about carrying on their lives, you know what I mean? And hitting the right, left and centre side chicks all over the show, you know what I mean? And those side chicks are all like, you know what I mean, hitting bare other man, you know what I mean? So all of that madness that's going on. And next minute, man are testing positive for the virus, it's gonna mess up the whole thing, innit? You know what I mean? We're all gonna be excited, but I'm just trying to caution. You know me, I'm a guy who always tries to look ahead of give that perspective about caution. You know what I mean? Lovely to be excited. We want football back, obviously, for a lot of it in my mental. And I was chatting to some friends of mine yesterday, and they were saying to me, they're not into football at all, like, and they were saying to me, why is the football coming back? And I was trying to explain to them the need, like, for the mental health for people. Like, you don't understand, like, how much it does, especially for men, you know what I mean? But for women as well, you know what I mean? And children, whoever, like, football does that for us. So that's one of the reasons why we want football back. Like, and that's one of the reasons. And obviously, also the money part of it, the Premier League and all of that, advertisers, all of that business. So yeah, we'll see.
I mean, man, like preseason Perlo came back yesterday. You know what I mean? Did his thing and that. You get me? Man came again, man. This Andres Pereira.
Bro, I told you about this guy, you know. I told you, everyone was raving about, oh my God, Andreas. I said, guys, it's all good and well to do this in a friendly, but ask him to do that in an actual Premier League game. He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. People are getting gassed, obviously, for no reason, but, you know. But hey, if this is actually a turning point for Andreas and he's actually going to do that in games, why not?
I don't know. I don't know, Nuruddin, man. We need it on a big time, Nuruddin, bro. We need it when it matters, Nuruddin.
Yo, it's mad the way that we've been here. We've sat here pre-season after pre-season and we've talked about him, you know what I mean? So it's madness, but let's just hope that the lockdown has got, you know, he's analysed his game. He's looked at it bit by bit, where he goes wrong, what he does. And I hope that, yeah, he's took it apart. You know what I mean? He's took his game apart. And like he said, Aaron was saying on last week's Straightjacket podcast, Aaron was saying that he thinks he's going to play for Brazil. You know what I mean? He's only he had a one game. And now he's like he's talking about Real Madrid and Barcelona and those things, Bayern Munich and those teams. So, yeah. So I want him to have those aspirations. If that means he's going to play better when he's at United, then yeah, so be it. So be it. If not, the door is there, bro.
You know what I mean? Apparently, Luke Shaw got a couple of goals in yesterday. Against West Brom. Man United lost the first game 2-1, but won the second game 3-1, I think it was. You know what I mean? So would you look into that, Aaron? You know what I mean? That goal, see the Pogba link up, you know what I mean? Do you look into it too much, or do you think, nah, man, you know what I mean? This different ball game against Tottenham.
Yeah, it's a different ball game against Tottenham. I'm not too worried about the scoreline, you know, us losing against West Brom. I mean, it all depends. Of course, the scoreline matters when it's how you lose as well, innit? If you lose, I heard we played two different teams and they played two different teams, so it kind of, you know, it's self-explanatory, you know what I mean? But, you know, when you lose in the manner Arsenal lost against Brentford, then obviously then the scoreline matters, innit? Because
trust me,
I've seen some of the footage Arsenal played, bro. The defending was shocking.
David Luiz doing kick-ups and that.
David Luiz, oh my days. But yeah, we played two different teams, so I'm not really looking too much into the scoreline. I think it was more about getting the match fitness back. I believe we were supposed to play another friendly actually on Friday against Stoke, but their manager was diagnosed with the coronavirus. Yes. So just before they actually played the game, it had to be cancelled. So I don't know if they're going to manage to fit in another friendly before Wednesday, but it's going to have to be either today, either tomorrow or Tuesday, because I think either today or tomorrow, because on Tuesday, I reckon they're going to drive down to London, because that's where we'll be playing at the Tottenham Stadium. So, or it's just going to be another friendly in between each other, you know, 11v11.
But don't we play Friday? We play Friday, don't we?
Oh, yeah, we play Friday, but I mean, we had to play a friendly before that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my bad for that. But yeah, man, I think it's all about the match fitness. It's all about, you know, creating those combinations again. It's all about, you know, creating those habits again, because you've been out for 2 months. You haven't done anything. Yes, you've trained by yourself, but you haven't got that connection you've got with your teammates on the pitch. Do you see what I mean? So, that needs to come back. And the only way that comes back is by playing games. Even if it's friendlies between each other, those automatisms have to come back. And I think this is why we've been playing a lot of games between each other and against West Brom as well. So, yeah, man. And, you know, the Pogba Bruno link up, everyone's waiting for that, man. Everyone's waiting to see what that's going to look like. And I believe that as the games go on, I think that's going to be one of the best combinations in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And people forget, we're not going to play. It's not like we're going to play every week. This is going to be every 3 days. That's going to be a game. Because by the end of July, we have to finish it. Do you know what I mean? We have to finish the league. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Definitely.
Lordy, that's a big talking point. You know what I mean? Pogba and Bruno. That is the biggest talking point on the podcast. You know what I mean? Will they start together? Will Ole unleash the dynamic duo? The duo that could absolutely destroy any Premier League. That duo. Will Ole will Ole bottle it, or will he say, you know what? I need them to shine.
You know what? Only time can tell. But if I was him, I would. He got nothing to lose, man. It's 9 games left, and you're playing every 3 days. So I understand that he has to rest because you have to have the look at the medical team and like rest between the intensity of
medical team.
Exactly. Exactly. Medical. this invisible medical team. So it's about like try to put our different teams or different, but in the big games, like in the games that we need to, you know what I mean. And this is a must win for me. United to finish top 4. United have to win here, man. United have to win here. To me, it's simple as that. You want to catch Chelsea. Chelsea's looking for us to drop points, you know, in this game. So, Man United, I've got to go for it because nothing to lose. Even if we get beat, I want just a team to go for it. You know what I mean? To go for it. Obviously, I've seen it on Twitter. Apparently Jose's having big in it. You know what I mean? Saying Ollie's doing this, doing that. So we'll see in it. You know what I mean?
It's out of depth.
Yeah, I just say, you know what? Ollie. If I was Ollie now, I wouldn't even talk. I just pinned that up in it. That'll be the team talk, innit?
Just do the head thing where he touches people on the head. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But Aaron, that Bruno link up, it's a bit of a sauce there. You know what I mean? You know when you have the chicken, you need to season the chicken. You know what I mean? This is what we're talking about. The season of the chicken is very, very. It's gonna be a madness. You get me? If them two can play, how dangerous can Man United be, Aaron, against Tottenham?
Oh, they can be very, very dangerous because with Bruno and Pogba doing the creative work, you know, you take some of that defensive work off their shoulders. Do you know what I mean? This is why I believe, I'm not the biggest fan of Matic, but I believe if we play midfield free of Matic, Bruno and Pogba, that balances that midfield perfectly out because Matic will then only have to take care of screening the back four and you literally break up the play and then just leave Bruno and Pogba free to do their creative work. And we all know how good they are at that. Do you know what I mean? So I think there'll be a huge relief off their shoulders as well to not care too much about defending because at the end of the day, they're attacking midfielders and attacking midfielders are there to create. They're not there to defend. They're not there to tackle. They're there to create and provide the chances for our free forwards. So, this is going to be, I don't think people are ready. That's all I'm going to say. People are not ready.
Are people ready for Man United now? Because we had the ascendancy of the top 4 race. I mean, we were the best team in the Premier League, really. If you look at it, really, Liverpool weren't doing so greatly. Man City were all over the place. We were the best team in the Premier League. And in terms of how Man United, do you reckon they can lose that momentum all the time, or do you think they still have that kind of feeling of, you know, when you come to train, think, right, we were doing all right, we were beating 11, or do you think that goes away after all this, you know, I mean, the madness in the world has happened?
You're on mute, bro. You're on mute.
The corona's obviously ran havoc in terms of like people's lives, you know what I mean? People obviously that in the levels of anxiety we all had, the dangers of the virus, you know what I mean? So there's got to be aspects of that. But like Aaron was saying before, the match practice is important because leaning on somebody, you like in space of like just playing like, you know what I mean, passing or shooting drills, whatever. But match fitness comes when the man's body's leaning on you, you know what I mean? When you got somebody up your back and, you know, you can feel that at the body weight, you know what I mean? That's where the match fitness comes or the quickness and all of that comes from. So I'm hoping that the training has been good. I'm hoping that the medical team and the injury prevention is good. And as far as in terms of as a club, Man United, we've done the right thing in terms of like, I can't fault the club, like in terms of how they handle the coronavirus, how they handle the people that they're still paying, you know what I mean? There's still people that they're paying money still to the staff, even though this has gone on for so long. You know what I mean? Man United doing charity, like work in the community, food parcels and all of that kind of stuff to schools, because those young kids that are having to still went through to school through coronavirus, they were there looking after people in the community. So there is a lot of goodwill as a club. Like as a club, Man United as a club, there's a lot of goodwill like around that because we were in a good team. So we think we've turned the corner with Ole. But at the end of that, all that dissipates if we take 3. I mean, if you get beat 3-0 at Tottenham, all of that goes.
I'm telling you.
A man like you will just lose the plot. You know what I mean? You won't be.
I'm ready.
Won't be asking you things.
I'll be ready for it.
Losing the plot. You know what I mean? You'll be losing the plot. So we have to put this thing. All of the goodwill is great, but the football team has to perform now. And for me, that's the only thing. Like, my biggest thing is about the medical team. The medical team has to. These players that what Aaron's talking about, nobody ain't ready for these combination play and these like United be able to create chances. I think with the first games on Wednesday, we're gonna see some madness of balls going out, like the touch not being there. All of these madness we're gonna see, like, because it ain't ready. It's gonna take, I think, 2 or 3 games, like it did for me in the Bundesliga, for proper match rhythm to come. Do you know what I mean? People's touches to come back, people's control to come back. So it's going to be very interesting. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about Man United. I'm excited about what the potential is. So yeah, I genuinely hope that that
he's only going to be confident in himself to be able to.
I mean, like I said on a straight podcast before, Saeed, I said that he is. I hope that he's analysed every aspect of his performance, his coaching staff's performance, the players' performance. I hope he wasn't just sitting at home with his kids, you know what I mean? I hope he took this time to literally, like, look at everything, you know what I mean? And thought, right, how can we get, because at top level, it's the small percentages. Can the medical department improve this much? Can the coaching staff improve? Can I get this aspect of this player? Can I get this little bit of performance? Where can I directly talk to him and spend hours, like on Zoom or on Skype or whatever, on the phone saying, work on that. I want you to work on that. We're going to send you videos of the matches that you played. This is where you went wrong. You got to get it right. You know, in dialogue, like individually. I'm hoping that's all happened. I hope that man went on holiday, you know what I mean? Like, man went to chilling on Netflix 24/7. I hope there was some real, because football is a job, man. It's a job that after 35, that's done. You know what I mean? You can enjoy all that rest of your life. Yeah. But I hope that, because Man United need to be challenging for big trophies. So I'm hoping Ole's done that. I'm hoping, like I said. And all of those questions will be answered very soon. Very, very soon.
Do you agree with that, Aaron? I mean, am I not going to be confident, or do you think they'll be lackadaisical in terms of maybe put a step of foot on the gas? Or do you think these are top professionals and they should know what it means? Because the football fans will be expecting a lot, bro.
I guess we'll see that on the pitch, bro. We'll see it on the pitch. We'll see if what they worked on, how they worked on it. Just like when, remember in January when they went to Marbella and we said, you know, we want to see what you worked on. We could see that a little bit. Now we want to see it more because, you know, you had some time off. You've had some time to analyze stuff. And like Nodin said, it will be interesting to see if we have learned from our mistakes in the previous games. Because I feel like in certain games, we've been letting goals in too easily and we've been conceding stupid goals, stupid mistakes. Let's see what you guys have worked on and let's see how you guys are going to correct that. Do you know what I mean? And what better game, you know, to prove that than to play against, you know, Jose. Do you know what I mean? So that's gonna be the perfect game to prove what you've worked on, to show us what kind of mistake you corrected. Do you know what I mean? And what you've improved on as well. So yeah, man. And obviously, you know, Pogba, what a better game to come back with than this one, bro. This is gonna be the perfect opportunity for him to take revenge on Jose, because obviously his relationship with Jose wasn't the best. You know, we all remember that day when he came to the training ground, and that for me was the first time ever I've seen a fallout between a manager and a player on live TV.
On live,
How can a man come into training, he's giving a hand to everyone, and it just turns around to Jose and like, what the hell?
What's up with you?
Yeah, that was the first time ever me seeing that, like, on live television. So that's a perfect opportunity for Pogba, you know, to take revenge on Jose.
You know what, Nordy? There's two ways of looking at this, you know what I mean? If Man United focus on Mourinho too much and we almost lose sense of the occasion, and Mourinho plans a masterclass, because Mourinho is one of them managers that one-off game, Nordy, he's an absolute master. He can do a masterclass. You know what I mean? Is he that person just to say, you know what, I'm going to do that to you? And it's a tough game. Mourinho, one-off game, but I wouldn't want to play against Mourinho in a one-off game. Let's put it that way. Would you?
Yeah, I would. you're thinking Jose was that Jose, man. He used to be. Not anymore, bro.
But
He used to be.
a point to prove.
Bro, it don't matter point to prove or not. You're not that guy. You're not that guy anymore, man. You're not that guy. You're not that guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like people have said already. Bare people have said it's a Wikipedia page. That Jose back in the day, yeah, definitely. He was the guy that in a one-off game, we could have said in a one-off game he was against Chelsea in the FA Cup final. He couldn't do it. You know what I mean? He couldn't do it. You know what I mean? So there's bare games where Man United got battered. You know what I mean? There was a one-off game against Liverpool at Anfield. He couldn't do it. You know what I mean? So let's not talk about it. Let's not over-romanticize this. But I definitely agree with you. Let's not focus on the Jose thing. Focus on Tottenham. And I hope that the team are looking at how Tottenham were playing when Kane's playing, when Son's playing. You know what I mean? Ali's out, obviously. We'll come to the lineups and stuff like that in a minute, but the potential lineups. But I hope the focus is on the players. You know what I mean? The players are focused, thinking this is a big game for Man United to win. And if we win this one, the confidence that comes from this can just take us, you know what I mean? Take us to the next level. So
I want to rewind back to the game we played against Tottenham in the first game when Mourinho's first. I think it was Mourinho's first game actually. You know what I mean? We dealt with him, and I think
was
Mourinho.
it his first game at Old Trafford? Was it his game? All right. No, I don't think it was his first game.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it was. Was he? I don't think it was his first game.
I think. Well, let us know in the comments. But I think it was in the first game that we had, and it was against Tottenham, and it was against Jose Mourinho at that game. So correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But
I think it was his first game against United.
Oh, I see.
His first game since he was sacked. So it was back to Old Trafford, but it wasn't his first game. Like Tottenham already played a couple of games, innit? And they were doing all right. Remember, they were doing all right, and then they came to Old Trafford.
Yeah, that game didn't have any answer. He didn't have any answers for us. Do you reckon he would have learned about that in terms of how Rashford played and he terrorized Aurier, the way you know what I mean, they linked up? Do you think Mourinho will learn from that? Because there was a lot of mistakes in that game Tottenham had, and they were absolutely shocking that game. They were all open. Do you reckon they'll be as open with us in this game?
I mean, like I said to you, I don't know. I don't know what he's been doing, but out of all the managers, to be fair, he's been the most proactive. You know what I mean? Tottenham defenders got caught. Tottenham players were getting caught. You know what I mean? Like hanging around together in parks and training and all of that stuff. And you know, he's been in front of the cameras more than other managers. So, I mean, he's been living in the training ground. Actually, that's the madness thing about it. He actually lives in the training ground. Like so.
This is his last chance, though, isn't it? Football.
Yeah. So we'll see in it. We'll see what his fruits. You know what I mean? The fruits of his labor in it. We'll see if all the graft and hard work he's done to it. But definitely, that's why he's coming out. So he must be confident. He must be confident to think I'm going to beat Man United because that's why he's opening his mouth in it.
That's what
coming out.
He said,
coming out and saying Ollie's like. Yeah. Man, like, looks like that. He had a little chat with you before he made that. You know?
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
He watched one of your videos, innit? That's why he watched one of your videos, innit?
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I would say I would agree, but I would say you can't really speak though, can you? The way it ended.
Of all people, him. Of all people, him. Like.
Why is he saying that though? Just before the games, the mind games already. Mind games.
Yeah, of course. But he did exactly the same before that game against United against Tottenham at Old Trafford. He did exactly the same. So I'm like, yeah. Yeah, he was coming out with stuff. Like saying, oh, I would never have got this amount of chances. No, you did, Jose. You should have been gone after the Seville game. You got a way hell of a chance, man. Do you know what I mean? So when you were coming out saying, I've sat here and beat Man United and all that rubbish, after that abysmal showing against Seville at Old Trafford, man, in the Champions League quarter-final, are you kidding me? So, yeah. So,
do you reckon has he got the kind of ability as a manager? Has he got the kind of thing to say, you know what, I'm a strong... But I don't know how he was as a player. Was he a strong-minded player when he was growing up?
Strong-minded was the word, man. You listen, could you imagine how strong-minded you need to be to study in the game, sat on the bench? That guy's... You know what? His record for a substitute was incredible. Like, Ollie's record. And this is the height of the Premier League, man. The Premier League was popping. You know what I mean? Ollie had technique. I mean, it's been really funny to watch this during this lockdown because you hear Gary Neville. Gary Neville tells the story of Ollie. Like the first day Ollie came in, he was wearing this jumper in it. And it looked like a kid in it. He looked obviously young, but he's got that's what I call him, the babyface assassin in it. Yeah. And he was like, what are you going to do? We've got all of these players, and what do you think you're going to do? And Gary Neville was like, first day in training, shifts it quickly, moves it with his feet, quick feet. That's the thing about Ollie. He had quick feet to shift the ball. Boom. Put it through his legs, far corner, finish. Gary Neville was like, yo, we were laughing at him. We weren't laughing after that. We weren't laughing at his mad jumpers that he wore, you know what I mean? We weren't laughing at his hairstyle. We weren't laughing at this guy thinking, you know what I mean, he's just like won the lottery. We were thinking this guy could play. So I think maybe, you know what I mean, definitely. Like, I'm hearing things as well, like through the grapevine, like there's been some Man United players who've been trying to like maybe do some madness, and Ollie's got spies everywhere like Fergie, and Ollie's been on the phone to them saying, yo, I know what's going on. Get back home, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to blow people up on here, you know what I mean? But trust me, there are stories that I can tell you about off camera, you know what I mean?
Whoa.
They're
talking like that.
Listen, there's been some man. Listen, there's been some madness going on with some United players wanting to like have like bits here and there, whatever, you know what I mean? Gather together and
that'll be for another podcast.
Yo,
for another podcast.
No, so basically, it's like saying, yo, stick to the guidelines of the lockdown, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's be serious. Let's be serious now. I don't want to see none of you man on the newspaper, you know what I mean?
I don't want to see that because you know what? We've got a fan base that's very, very, you know what I mean? I think sometimes toxic in terms of players. You know what I mean? You see it with the Pogba hate. You know what I mean? Martial gets it every time, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so you want to want that happening, but just to touch on the actual game, you know what I mean? Massive game on a Friday night. Will be live on Sky Sports. I think it's a Sky Sports is on, I think. What do you think has Ollie got a master plan for this game? Do you think he's got a master plan for this game? The game we had before. Has he got a master plan for this game? Or do you think now he thinks he can believe in the ability of the players like Bruno, Pogba? Or do you think he's got a master plan as well? Because he had 5 at the back one time.
It's an away game. At the end of the day, it's an away game. It's going to treat it like an away game. Man United are not going to go there to open up to Tottenham's pace and the finishing of Harry Kane. Man United are not going there to open up, man. So that's not going to be twisted. Ollie's going to go use the formula that's worked for him in the big games. That Man United are tight, hard-working, grafting, defensively strong, hit the teams on the counter, you know what I mean? Hitting the teams on the counter. What's going on, man? Who's that?
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Yo, Neil Ashton's at work again, mate.
Neil
Ashton's at work. So I can't see Man United opening up. So the tactics will be the same. Man United are going there. Tottenham have to come out, man. Tottenham have to come out. And Man United, and I think what he's tried to do is, by coming out, he's trying to bait Man United, Ollie to go, let's go and finish Jose and that. Nah, Man United are going like what they usually do against the top 6. Is be defensively sound, not be too open, pick your moments, you know what I mean? The counter-attack has to be done.
Counter-attack then? You know what you're saying?
Yeah, oh, definitely. Aspect of it has to be part of the game. But then I think that when we are in the counter, we have more quality of the pitch to damage them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. With that counter. Like against Man City, that first half in the league game, you know what I mean? That 20 minutes, that game should have been over. Like, you know what I mean?
Over.
We could be devastated. We could be devastated on the break. So I think he's not going to go there open. He's not going there to be open. So it'll be very interesting to see the tactics. But I think what Jose's hoping for is that Ollie opens up. Ollie's like, yeah, Bruno and Pogba are about. And then, man, we go 2-0 down, and then, you know, one thing about Jose, he knows how to set a defensive shield off.
Yeah.
He can still do that. He can still do that, but where he can do that kind of like partner Titanic, you know what I mean? So,
but that's the thing, you know what I mean? In terms of the personnel, I don't know. For me, I would want Bruno and Pogba to play. I think it's a time for them to play now because I feel like we've had all that thing. They're match fit. I didn't know Pogba's match fit. I really didn't. I thought he was one of them on the periphery. Rashford all of a sudden was not going to make the Euros. Now he's match fit. You know what I mean? It's crazy how football's gone. But in terms of personnel, right for the game, what would you go for in terms of personnel?
Yeah, the defence, I think the defence picks itself. Even though I do think, because I think that Tottenham are going to play with pace in it. So Lucas Moura is in. I'm dancing for Dele Alli.
He's devastating forward, him, man. He's underrated, man.
Yeah, and he's done us before, you know what I mean? So if he plays and Son plays, if Bailly's fit, I will play Bailly, you know. I won't play. I would play Bailly, you know.
I know, because it's got pace. They got pace.
Yeah, and
what would you put Brandon Williams on there then? With Shaw, I don't know if is Shaw good at recovery pace?
Yeah, he's good. He's good. Shaw's good at recovery pace.
Okay.
But I think because in this game, we don't have to go so forward all of the time. I mean, that's the beauty of having like 5 substitutes. We can switch it up depending on where we are in the game. And I think the substitute is going to be crucial But I would go with I would play the back four as normal, and the defense would just put Bailly in, right? And then in midfield. So this is where some people might think, ooh, we don't know. Where I think, I think I would personally in this game, I would go for, because you have to look at who they're playing in midfield. Who's playing midfield for Tottenham, right? And I would go for, me personally, Fred, Pogba, Bruno.
Wow.
Yeah,
no Matic in there. No defensive cover.
For me, because the ball might be moving fast. Yeah,
that's what I said. The ball's going to be moving quick.
The ball needs to be moving fast. And that you need runners to track. You know what I mean? To track. Like, the defenders have to be like with their pace. So Wan-Bissaka's got decent pace. Luke Shaw's got pace. You know what I mean? So it's not going to be like a lot of more cuteness in the midfield, because they don't have that cuteness. Well, they got Lo Celso, and they've got who else they got? They got Lo Celso and
Ndombele Sissoko, but they're more powerful players.
Yeah. So they're more powerful players. So you need to have powerful legs. And the thing we already know, Pogba can do the tracking. Sometimes United have to defend when they have to defend. Bruno can defend as well when they have to defend. So I would go for those legs. So I would pick those three. That's just me personally, me. But some people would always choose Matic, because I think Matic is too slow. You know what I mean? In the game. And sometimes the game's a bit too quick. And he's not played as well. He's not played for a long time. You know what I mean? So,
it's not.
Yeah, and he's not naturally athletic in terms of being known for athletic. His positioning is good. But I would play those three. And then I would play James, you know. I would play James, because we need the pace, and we get free kicks and stuff like that. Now we've got Pogba and Bruno. Either of them can deliver a good ball. And because it's a away game, I would start with James on the right, Rashford on the left, and Martial down the middle.
Very, very powerful. You know what I mean? Imagine if Pogba and Bruno just laying the ball into them. I think it's devastating. If them man, we've always, like, in terms of chances, we've had the chances, but in terms of creating them and just putting them on the plate for people, we've not had that. With Pogba and Bruno, if they can just give the killer ball quickly, that's the key thing. Quickly to Daniel James on the feet, onto Martial on the left, we could be devastating. And Tottenham could have no answers if they could. They could have no answers. But
and that said, but I think Ole might go for the caution look as well. So he might go for Bruno or Pogba, and then play Matic, Fred, and either one of them. Or it could be that he might sacrifice, like, Dan James. I think that'd be wrong, because this is the perfect game for Dan James. Because Tottenham have got elderly defenders, man. Let's talk about it. In football terms, they're elderly, mate.
Elderly.
Pensioners at the back, mate.
Man's elderly.
At the back, mate. Man's on the simmer frames and tactics, man.
Trust me, man.
You know what I mean?
But they have got Sanchez. They have got Alderweireld, who we did want last season.
Yeah, but his pace is gone, though.
I look at their fullback areas are quite weak. They have weak fullbacks. Could we target that?
Yeah.
Relax to go forward.
I think we target that.
Ben Davies is not very, very good.
Yeah. But then I also see as well Ole going for some madness where he might play five at the back.
Well,
he might play five at the back. He might be like Luke Shaw is a third centre half. Do you know what I mean? So he might be buying Luke Shaw and Maguire, and then have Williams and then Wan-Bissaka as the wing back, and then play, you know what I mean, two in midfield, and then, you know what I mean, 1-4. You know what I mean, in that kind of madness. So it could be like five at the back and two in midfield, and then three up top. You know what I mean? So
in terms of Tottenham. Just in terms of Tottenham and looking at the opposition, just for a bit, just in case of, like, Tottenham, should we be wary of them? Like, they have got Bergwijn back, Sissoko's back. Ndombele looks fit now. You know what I mean? Looks a little bit leaner. Son, Harry Kane. Banned, but I don't know if that's a good thing for them, because Lo Celso, I think, is more of a kind of a technical player.
Yeah. He's more of a technical player.
We can't lightly. Tottenham can't be lightly, because he looked at the games now, looking at how many shots he had in La Liga, shots in the Italian league yesterday. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be an easy game, man.
No, it's not gonna be an easy game. Totally, it's not gonna be an easy game. It's not gonna be an easy game because they got firepower, man. And that's what I'm saying to you. In this game, whoever scores first wins, man. If United score first, I can see United winning this game, man. If Tottenham score first, I can see them winning, bro. Like, so the first goal is key, man.
First goal is crucial.
First goal is key. Like, and that's why Man United have to be defensively strong, man. Because
and then Tottenham can almost sit back and hit us on the count after that.
That's what I'm saying to you. So we've got to get that first punch in, mate. We've got to get the knockout first, and then and then counter punch, mate. Counter punch. That's what I have to do. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, man. I'm trying to look for a prediction, and I'm thinking I'm gonna go for 1-1. I'm a bit hesitant, man. I'm thinking, do we all go in all in one baskets and then lose confidence, and then you go to Sheffield United game, it becomes a massive game. I don't know. I'm going to go for a cagey 1-1. I think two teams that are tentative, two teams that don't want to go in too high. Mourinho don't want to go high, so I'm going for 1-1. What are you going for?
I'm gonna go for 1-0 United.
1-0 to the United. That used to be 1-0 to the Arsenal, but is it now 1-0 to the United? Is it?
Yo, I'm thinking I've got a confidence in United that they're able to score a goal against that aging back four or back five, whatever he wants to play.
And Lloris very clumsy as well.
Yo, what to me, it's not about that, but I'm just thinking Man United can do damage. Like I think it's about the first goal. I think if Man United score, we can win this game.
Easy.
First, we have to score first, though. We have to score first. And I'm hoping
that we go in the ascendancy, don't we?
The confidence levels. The game ain't going to be pretty. I'm not looking for Man United, how they play. For me, these 9 games, I'm not asking about performance. It's about results, mate. It's about results.
And that's the key. So that's been your Straightjacket podcast, guys. Sponsored by the One Football App, podcast 73, guys. If you want the latest news and all the Premier League news, go check it out. Link in the description. Thanks for the guys for One Football App for sponsoring us. And yeah, Noureddin, man, are you gonna control your mind before the game? The mind game, Mourinho gonna get to you? Are you gonna be all right?
He ain't getting to me, man. He's not getting to me, man. Trust me, he's not getting to me, man. Like I said, Man United are in a better position in terms of the first 11 because they've got elderly. They're carrying pensioners at the back, man. Like, Yo, pensioners, you know what I mean?
Pensioners, though.
Shout out all the pensioners. I got love for them, but in football wise, you don't need a pensioners, man. You don't want to be carrying it. Yeah, like you've got Matic as a pensioner. Let's be right about it. You know what I mean? But when I look at our back four, I don't see too many pensioners. You know what I mean? So that's the right age. But the biggest thing I'm hoping.
We have the right mentality as well.
United's medical team, how much injury prevention work has been done? That is the key to Man United finishing whatever.
You're going to be ranting on next podcast if we get a couple of injuries.
Oh man, trust me, that's the thing that I'm. You know what? Yeah, like you said, it's a mad dunya out here. But I'm just like, come on, please, Man United medical team. You've done the work. You've analysed your own performance. You've done it. You're thinking about the players. And we can have this. And I think maybe, I just want to see freshness. I wanted to switch it around. I think they're the 2 tough games in it. So we've got Tottenham, then we've got Sheffield United, and then what's the third game?
Then we've got Norwich.
Norwich. So, yeah, I can kind of see, like, the ways after those 2 games, a different squad can play, like, against Norwich. You know what I mean? Even though they're fighting for their lives, and it's not going to be an easy game. But we can shuffle the pack, you know what I mean? Yeah. So we're going to have a team for these 2 big games, you know what I mean? Tottenham and Sheffield United, and then have a team in place for Norwich. So we'll see. Yeah.
Let me know your socials, bro.
That guy, Red Devil, mate. I've been busy, but different kind of busy. If you've been catching what's going on my Twitter, mate. So, but yeah.
It's all love. And also, guys, go check out Mr. Aaron United. Obviously, unfortunately, you have to leave us early for personal reasons. But guys, go check him out. The link will be in the description. But guys, that's been your podcast 73, guys. Sponsored by the One Football App. Go check it. Link will be in the description below. And yeah, man, Man United versus Tottenham. What do you think, guys? Let me know in the prediction below. It's football's back. Get your prediction in, guys. I love this now. Everyone getting their predictions and goal scorers. Who's going to get the first goal? Get your predictions in, guys. I want to see your predictions. And let me know, guys. So please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, if you can see it's right there. Subscribe to the channel. We're road to 15K, guys. All it takes is 1 second to subscribe, like the video, and yeah, man, we'll see you after the Tottenham game where we will delve into what's happened. Hopefully, it's a positive result, man. I can't take it the first game back. Expressions, you know what I mean? Losing his head and giving us all a banner. I don't want to see the football banner on Twitter. I've had enough of that, you get me? But guys, like the video, subscribe to That Central. I will see you soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.